Hi guys, Saloni this side and welcome back to our channel Codera. So this is the 35th video of our SQL tutorial series, and in the last video we discussed about the cross join. And if you want to watch this video, then please check out the video link in the description box. And guys, till now we have covered all the SQL joins like inner join, left join, right join, full join and also cross join. So in today's video we will discuss about the self join with the examples. And with this video I will also give you one SQL practice question in the end of this video. So please watch this video till the end. And guys, if you are new to our channel, then please subscribe our channel so that you can get the latest updates. So now without any delay, let's start our discussion. So first let's understand what is self join. So the self join is a special type of SQL join, because most join links two or more tables with each other to return the final result set. But the self join links a table to itself. So guys, in self join a table is joined to itself, or in other words we can say that it is a join between two copies of the same table. So suppose we have an employee table with these 5 columns, which are ID, name, salary, date of birth and manager ID. So if we will apply a self join to the employee table, that means we are joining employee table with the employee table itself. So guys, we use self join when we want to combine rows from the same table based on a related column or relationship between columns within that table. So guys, as we know, self join links a table to itself. That means at the time of writing SQL query, we will have only one table. So in our case, if we want to join employee table to itself, then we should write employee join employee. But here the DBMS will get confused because both the table has same name. So to resolve this ambiguity, we have to use alias to create two or more references to the same table within the SQL query. So by assigning different aliases to each instance of the table, we can differentiate between them and specify the join condition accordingly. So to use self join on the employee table, we will write employee E1 join employee E2. So here you can imagine that we have two copies of the employee table. First is E1 and the second one is the E2. So now let's see the complete syntax to use self join. So guys, we will write select clause to fetch the required columns, and then with the help of from clause we will join our table to itself. So here the table name will be same, and to differentiate between the two instances of the same table we will use alias. Like here T1 and T2 are the alias. And here you can see we have written join keyword to join our tables. So this join is same as inner join. So you can also write inner join instead of join. So guys, here we are joining a table to itself using inner join. And if you want to know more about the inner join in detail, then you can check out these videos and you will find the video links in the description box. So after joining tables, we have to specify the join condition using on clause. So here in join condition, we will compare the column of the same table, but while comparing we will use two different instances of the same table. And after this our rest of the query will be same as we were using previously. So now for better understanding, let's solve a question using self join. So our question is, write an SQL query to retrieve name of all the employees who are also manager from the employee table. So guys, as we already know, in our employee table we have these 5 columns. So you can see that we have ID of the employee and we also have the manager ID. And if you will look closely, then you will see that some employee has manager ID which is also present in the column of the ID. So let's say for the ID 101, manager ID is 104. That means his manager is Peter because his ID is 104. So as per our question, we want the name of the employee who are also manager. So here we will compare ID and the manager ID column. So to solve this question, we will write select emp.name as employee name, from employee emp join employee manager. So here EMP and manager are the alias of the employee table. Now we will write our join condition. So we will write on emp.id equal to manager.managerID. So now let's execute this query and see the output. So guys, in the output we have all the name of the employees who are also manager. But here you can see that we have duplicate name. So to avoid duplicate names, we will write distinct keyword with the select clause. Now let's again execute this query. So you can see now we have only the unique names of the employee. So now let's understand how this query will work. So guys, we have two copies of the employee table. One is EMP and the another one is manager. So as per our join condition, which says ID from EMP table must be equal to manager ID of the manager table, then only this query will return the name of that employee. So for example, let's take ID 101 from EMP table. Now the query will look into the manager ID column of the manager table. So here 101 is present in this column. That means employee with ID 101 is also manager, and as a result it will return Jack as employee name. So now let's take one more example of ID 106 from the EMP table. So as you can see in the manager ID column of the manager table, we don't have the value 106. That's why we don't have the name Leo in the output. So in this way it will check for each employee ID against the manager ID column, and as a result we will get all the name of the employee who are also manager. So this is how self join works. So now let's solve one more question using self join for more better understanding. So our question is, write an SQL query to retrieve ID, name, salary of all the employees whether they have manager or not. Also display manager name who has manager from the employee table. So let's solve this question. So first we will select all our required columns. So we will write select emp.id, emp.name and emp.salary. So we will get all these columns from EMP. And for manager name we will write manager.name as manager name. Then we will write from employee EMP join employee manager. So here EMP and manager are the alias of the employee table. Now we will write our join condition. So we will write emp.managerID equal to manager.id. So guys, here this join condition is very important. But if you will write emp.id equal to manager.managerID like we did in our last query, then you will get incorrect output. Now first let's see how this query will work. So it will compare the manager ID from the EMP table with the ID column of the manager table. So for example, let's take the first row from the EMP table, which has the ID 101 and its manager ID is 104. So now it will look into the ID column of the manager table. So here 104 is the ID of Peter. So the manager name of the Jake is Peter. So in this way we will get the manager name of all the employees. So guys, let's execute this query and see the output. So you can see in the output we have all the 4 required columns, and you can also see that we have the manager name of the employees as well. But is this the correct output? So the answer is no. Because in the question we want all the employees whether they have manager or not. But here we don't have the records of the employee who don't have manager. So guys, basically we want all the rows of the EMP table and only the matching rows from the manager table. So guys, if you have watched our previous videos, then by now you would have figured out what is the problem with this query. So yes, you are right. Here we have to use left join, not the inner join, because we want all the rows from the left table, which is EMP table. So let's change our join to left join and again execute this query. So guys, you can see this time we are getting the correct output, as we also have those employees who don't have any manager. So guys, that's why self join is a special type of SQL join, as we can join a table to itself using any join like inner join, left, right, or full join or cross join also. So now I hope you guys understand the use of self join. And here I have a practice question for you. So the question is, write an SQL query to retrieve the employee name and the count of their direct subordinates for all the employees who have subordinates. So if you will create the same table that we have used in this video, then you will get this output. So try to solve this question and tell me the correct query in the comment section. So guys, that's all about this video, and in the next video we will discuss about the subqueries. So till then, keep watching Code Era and don't forget to share this video and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much for watching.